Alright, I think I figured out the trick for getting this carburetor throttle linkage back in place. I went ahead and took it off just to try to get an easier go at it, and this normally would pop out if you tried to get it in before. Maybe I could bend that a little bit. This hooks over the throttle lever here, like that, and so I was able to get it in place with it about this far out right here. Let me see, because it will just kind of pop out right here. This point it kind of pops out right there. So with it attached on the top, you'll take something like needle nose pliers, get it about that level out, and then like so. I'm sure I got this in there. And then it'll help to kind of pull back on the throttle, which this takes some coordination, so I should have been holding it on the throttle. So the throttle's already all the way in right now. Now it fits in there and it goes back in, and it is in place. And it kind of locks itself in place due to the kind of the proximity of it, the closeness of it to the side. So just barely pull out about right there with the throttle all the way in. As you see, it came out. That's the easy way to getting it out. With your needle nose pliers, you can even kind of move the carburetor with that linkage. Linkage is in place. Let it fall back, and you got it. So again, the easy removal. Boom, it's removed. Carburetor comes out. All right. So I'm going to reattach everything and do. Alright, so again, the removal of the carburetor, just because this has been a little harder than normal on these Stihl saws. Okay, the choke is right here. That was an easy removal. Now I'm going to go ahead and just remove this. It seems to make it a little bit easier. This holds on the mount. Now if your fuel line is already disconnected, it goes up through here and into the connector in the carburetor. It'll be easy just to pull this off. Of course, this one had already had all this other stuff off. So now again, we've got our side view right here. I'm going to pull out a little bit and then pull the trigger, and it should pop right on out. And we've got our carburetor here, which is a Walbro WT. So very potentially you could rebuild this carburetor with a WAT, or I might have that wrong, but the K20 WAT maybe kit. Alright, so fuel line goes up through here, attaches there like that. Fuel line, got a throttle cable our clutch or choke cable. This has almost the same attachment as most of the Stihl saws. I'm going to go ahead and take off the throttle now. And this is going to say top on it. Scared the dog. Scared me too. Alright, and then I'd take the boot out. Looks like that choke is gonna stay. Choke cable's gonna stay there. I'm just curious to see if it's the same as the China one. This is the Farmer Tech one from China. Hey, almost looks the same. That's good. Yeah, this one just was actually is not in good shape, actually, really. So now it looks like I'll have to make sure that that hole is opened up. Alright, so I'm going to do some cleaning. Alright, the replacement carburetors for these are the Zamas. You get the kit for $14. But the thing about it is it has an air intake up here on the top, which when attached here, it's called an elbow. The elbow will go from here and attach into here. So it goes like this. This goes here, goes out this way, and then it's gonna go through here. So I'll have to make a hole here so that that elbow will fit. The other ones have that, and then I'll be able to use the other carburetor. But just kind of interested to see what this carburetor looks like. I just want to open it up. It doesn't look bad. Actually, the filter looks really good in that. But I think I prefer well, I don't know what exactly that Air Advance does, but you know, it might increase the performance of it, so I'll just go with that. This side's a little bit more dirty. And it's pretty stuck. So that's it. carb right there. It doesn't look bad, but you know, when you can get a replacement carb for 14 bucks, then you're rebuilding the whole saw, you might as well spend that much. The way I figure it. Alrighty. Okay, so this is what is being sold as the intake I can't remember what they call it. Intake something or other. I'm gonna clean that and pause it. Okay, now there weren't any screws here. We've got a like a relief valve here, pressure release. Go ahead and take off this mount right here. As you can see, it's in need of repair. I mean, it's still intact, but it's in need of repair, replacement. The T20. I'll take off the little carrier. That's also a T20. Actually, that might be a T25. Yeah, that was the T25. Yeah, this drum needs to be replaced. It's got a bad spot on it. A dented part in it. This will take the cover off right here. Now to put another string in it. It's got 4 T25s. One of them had, I don't know if that one should have, that one might not have, was supposed to be there. They might have put that there. I don't know, there's 2 of them that have fine thread and 2 have coarse thread. Well, 2 go into the aluminum and 2 go into the plastic. I'm going to clean up a little bit. Alright, I'm going to take this apart to get it a little bit more clean. It is the T20. Alright, went ahead and repaired the recoil. I'm actually using a nylon line that was, I think, sold at dollar store for hanging up laundry. It's the perfect size. It's got the strength that it needs. So I've got 2 other sizes. One's too big, really, and one's too small. So I think that line will work okay. It was an older package, so I don't even know if they still sell that kind. I'm sure they do. So this is done. That will kind of speed up the job getting it back together again. Alrighty. Looks like this whole back part might come off. Switch back to the T25. Looks like we got 2 screws right here. And these are, I guess anything that's going to go into the aluminum is going to be fine threaded. Just makes it easier in the long run if you dig out all the dirt inside of those corkscrews. And there's no screws here. So we got our impulse line right here. That needs to be able to be freed up. This is not connected, I don't think. Okay, I'll just have to kind of pull up a little bit on that. And it looks like, there, I gotta pull up a little bit there too. And then free up the impulse line. So right here, we've got a plate, I guess a heat plate. Metal here down here on the bottom for heat dissipation. This is our fuel tank. Well, I had to make sure that the fuel line that I matched up, or that I bought, is going to match up this fuel line. Sometimes these don't match up. I got to make sure that it's got this little arrow point here. And then this one already has the vent built in. so I'm gonna do some cleanup. This is that little plastic piece. It attaches in like this. I'm gonna look at the fuel line now, just to make sure it's the right one. This has the filter with the big opening in it. I'm going to pause this and see. It has a different fuel line because the one that's being sold, a lot of them have a vent attached to the line. This ms200t has the vent already in the tank. So as you can tell, for this impulse line, it just uses a normal line right here, and this will attach to the carburetor base. We'll take off the muffler. Looks like there's 5. That one has a little coarser thread on it. It might have been the only the 2 in the center that were holding it. Looks like the other 2 actually hold the muffler together. Yeah, I guess if you wanted to clean the muffler out, which wouldn't be a bad idea. Just see what's in the muffler. Let's do that. And lots of carbon. Wow, that actually looks really good. Ooh, that looks somewhat good right there. We'll get it. We'll look at it. Alright, I cleaned it out and I sealed it with Carburetor. Seemed like it had a seal to it. Alright, go back to the 225. We'll take off the what is it called? The coil. Might have to unscrew this one. I don't know. We'll wait on that. You can see how dirty these things get, how clogged up they get with dirt. It's very common to see them like that. Usually a 1/2 inch. We'll see if this little impact will get it first. Not this one. Maybe this one. I'm going to change the battery and check it. Go. A new little technique I got using this little air hammer. Don't necessarily want to do it on the magnet part. Really, I don't like the magnet being there, but we'll see. It's been working good. Wow. This should unscrew. Sometimes there's a little bit of glue in there. Yeah. This way you can get the line out. I might need to get that, maybe some epoxy or whatever that is out of there. Looks like there was a gouge right here, maybe rounding out into the metal. That could have definitely been a problem. I'll have to do some cleaning and see if I can get that out. Alrighty. This is gonna be, looks like 1/2 inch. Probably forward thread. And reverse thread. I got it in forward. I don't have a good fit on there. Not a good fit. I think it's 1/2 inch. I just don't think that star bit works for that. So another 1/2 inch star bit just doesn't seem to fit. It fits on there, it's just really tight. Okay, this has an interesting spoiler gear on it. This says Pico Z6C 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So I don't know if that's a 3/8 yet or a 3/25. I'll do more research on that. I hope I can get that off now. I'm go ahead and take this off. This one's all chewed up. Got two different pieces here. This has been chewed up. Might be able to fix that with the plastic weld, maybe just get another one. Worm gear, that's good. Or oiler. This is how you get to the cable here. Two different places that it goes in here and here to the tube, and then this right here Whoa! I gotta find where that went. That's important. The gear in there looks really good and it moves. I'm gonna find that piece that flew. Ooh, I found it. That was hard to find. I'm gonna clean. Alright, don't have much left. Yeah, now this comes out. Yeah, there definitely was, it was worth to the wire. Definitely could have been making contact, causing some problems. That might be why they got rid of the stuff. See, if these grommets come off, it would be easier to get that out. There's even a place worn through on this wire too. I want to see what this looks like. Alright, that's very similar to a lot of them. Wouldn't hurt to replace this. I don't know what that's for. Whoa, I saw where that went. I need to pause that. I need to find that. Well, I lost that. Where are these from? Ouch! That hurt. Alrighty, having trouble getting this out. Aha! Pin screw. Yeah, it's working. Wow. Gotta remember to find the plastic piece for that. Alrighty. Looks like all we gotta do now is take off the cylinder. That thing might fit through there. Oh man. I've broken one of these before. Got it. Okay, remember, intake, exhaust, four bolts, same size. It really doesn't look bad. But we got a stuck ring. Got ring is I've only got a stuck second ring. Overall, it looks like it's in really good shape. And that side's got some scoring on it. I think it's a good idea just to go ahead and replace it. Alright, now I'm going to break it apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it looks like it might have 2 dowels. I'll get my light out after I clean that piston and cylinder just to see, just for curiosity. And all of them are the same size. I'm going to give a little tap to it, see what happens. It's already starting to separate. Yeah, that's an odd, it's an odd bearing. Pretty expensive. 2 of them cost 19 bucks. Looks good in there. But if I was going through all that, I wanted to go ahead and change those bearings out, not knowing what all this has been through. The condition of the, as you can see, the condition of the seal is awful. And I've got, with these kind of saws like this, where you don't open them up, you to change out all that, I really think it's hard to go ahead and get that seal in and pop it in with everything in place. I think it's better just to go ahead and replace everything. I'm getting to that point right now. Wow, that's going to be easy to put in place. Now see, this is a good sign right here. This is a good indication. This shows to me some exhaust escaping out of a seal that's no good. Or air coming in, one or the other, but to me which causes a condition where the saw runs hot. Yeah, these bearings don't sound real good. Let's look at this side. And this is just a single lip. It is a 1225 seal. And I think the other side is too. 1225. Yeah, there's not much pliability to that seal. As you can see, it just doesn't even pop back. So, definite issue there. So there you have it. That's the teardown of the ms200t, same as the ms200. This really does look good. Now, what I do, if I was going to use this again, which I probably could, I would just really clean out the groove in there, the piston groove, or the ring groove. You see the carbon in there? I'm just cleaning off that carbon. I might even take some of these right here, these tip cleaners, and just clean it really good. Maybe even find the one, probably need to find the one that really fits it. Like that one. And just go over it really good. And then I'll clean the actual ring itself. Now again, the kit's going to come in, and I'm going to reuse this the crank. So I'll have this piston for something else. But I like to get that really clean because that carbon buildup in there can't be good for the seal. Or as you see, it might get stuck sometime. I do believe that I might have just been having some electrical problems. This saw definitely had good compression, but also too it had some pretty severe. It's a high use saw, high hour saw, as you could see. So the lower unit might have been taking on some air as well, but the carburetor was in good shape, except the diaphragm was hard from no use. Then I'll take the wire brush and brush that. After spraying it with lubricant. And then re-inspect for any other area that needs to be cleaned. Spray it with lubricant, blow it off, and that's this was the bottom one. Oh, I did find that, by the way. I feel it with my hands. It's really rough. This is what was keeping the water. So there is what looks to be some rust around these rings. I would say this is as compared to some of the other, for the size, it's pretty heavy. You know, that must be the benefit of this saw, and I guess how it gets its, you know, can stand up to a lot of use and stuff. It's that compact size, but the piston is, you know, real compact compared to some of these other saws that I've gotten into. But see here, I just want to make sure that it's smooth, because like I was saying, this is the, I don't remember now. I don't remember this is the top or the bottom. But even these rings are seem to be made of a better metal than most of them. We'll see what the aftermarket one looks like when it comes in. Yeah, everything looks real good there. These are these tip cleaners. Now on the inside of it, really, I should have been paying more attention. The inside of it's real carbon filled. See, I'm actually rubbing off a layer of carbon in there. You probably really need to do this to your saw if you want to keep it going every, if it's a heavy use saw, probably, I don't know, every 2 years or so. I guess that's why a lot of people just buy a new saw. Again, remember the kind of the rivet stop or whatever. You want to put it like that. I'll go ahead and move this one to the bottom. Good movement. Ugh. This side really got some of that rust or whatever. Yeah, I got this saw for $2. The guy was really fair. He saw that it was in real sad shape. These wire brushes are really good for this kind of stuff. Stainless steel. Just lubing it down, spraying it off. Now we got a piston that's ready to go. But this is ready to go as well. Make sure that doesn't get lost. I'm gonna wrap this up. And paper towel. Be a good idea to put it in a box if I had a box. Now, looking at I don't feel any deep grooves, deep gouges or anything like that in this. A lot of carbon up here on top. I'm gonna get me a little, I've got some stuff on order to help me to get that stuff out. A little Dremel tool kind of thing. With a wire brush, we'll get that. Again, I'm not going to do anything else to that. Alrighty, well, that'll be that. Then I'll just clean this up and get it ready to put back together. I think I'll go ahead and start taking out the seal and the bearing. I can find my block of wood. I don't know where my block of wood went. Oh, I can't find my block of wood. Well, I need to find my block of wood. I found my block of wood. Yeah, that was really bad. And so this is going to come out the other way. Really wanting to use this air hammer. That was my idea for it. I'm thinking about something like this, and then pom 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 pom. That should work, don't you think? Oh yeah! That made that easy. Didn't even mess it up. That's made in Germany. This is my idea in buying that air hammer, just a cheap Walmart air hammer. I think it's just for 14 bucks. I think it's going to come in real handy. Alright, that's about it.